Maroney.
I lay out my clothes each night, my shirt, my shorts, my socks, and my running shoes. I wake up in the morning and there's not a second thought. I'm heading out for at least 7 kilometres of running. I've repeated this process every day for almost 8 years. As of today, it's day 2,834 in a row. No breaks. For me, success is not about the big wins. It's about those small, non-negotiable disciplines repeated daily. And a lot of planning, like business, a lot of planning and preparation goes into my running each day to keep it consistent. And I remember being on a flight, early flight from New York City back to Sydney. I took the taxi to the airport, I checked into my flight, I got my carry-on, and I set off for running for the 7 kilometres for that day. I did loops around JFK airport terminals, and I was trying to channel the movie Home Alone, where they're running to the flight as to avoid the airport security's wandering eyes. I did 3.5 kilometres there, then I flew over to Los Angeles. I had a short turnaround time where I sped through my run, I got to the flight and just made it on, being the last one to board the plane. For me, running is a reminder that, that it's a great multiplier, consistency is. And it doesn't just show up with my running, it shows up with my family, my businesses, and my investment. Now, there's one thing to be consistent. There's another how you show up. And what's your level of commitment? JT talks about how are you giving value? How are you being seen and heard? How are you getting involved? Not who you know, but who knows you. And I remember building my property investment portfolio. I'd attend seminars and be the first one there an hour or two before it started. I was thinking about ways that I could give value. And as a result, I got preferential treatment and better property deals. And in fact, I was able to secure 4 large blocks in a row that have grown substantially in capital growth and have development potential on them as well. Now, another area that really rings true to me is that mindset of curiosity and exploring. And when I came out of school, I really wanted to see the world and get out of my tiny bubble that I was in. So I joined the travel industry, hoping to get those free trips around the world. But unfortunately, the free trips are far and few between. So I took the Red Bull by the horns and I head off overseas for 4 years, 2 ski seasons in Whistler, Canada, before working on cruise ships, where we sailed to over 50 countries on board the Love Boat, the actual Love Boat. Some of you may remember the TV series. Now, there's a lot of love and there's a lot of stories on cruise ships, but we'll leave that for another day. That mindset of curiosity and exploring really carried me through to business. I was thinking about what's the next thing to explore? What could I deep dive into? But also avoid the shiny object syndrome. And I was always looking at the trends ahead of my colleagues. And when I was in the travel industry, the internet was coming into full swing, and I could see that there was going to be job losses in future. So I exited out. And just recently, something similar occurred where I was, prior to selling my property buyers agency business, there was a huge influx in the amount of people entering the industry. Because it has a low barrier to entry, there's going to be more competition and less profits in future. So I've partnered with JT on, with AI with JT, and I see the profits there now, and I see the huge potential for future. So 3 things that made a difference for me and can make a difference for you: consistency, commitment, and curiosity. Who's coming for a run with me tomorrow? Woo! And the next day, and the next day.
All right, give it up for